He's coming from NASA and bringing the technology to the real world, especially in climate tech.
So our special technology stabilizes your blood sample for up to 6 weeks. As soon as you close the device, it's stable for 6 weeks. You just put it in the mail, comes back to our lab, and then we process it on the big machine.
Now it's just processing your audio, and in like a second, it's going to show you what your vital signs are right there.
So we measure biomarkers from your face, like heart rate and breathing rates. And with that deep analysis, we can detect when you're achieving a deep meditation state.
We are focused on solving this problem of what happens if you lose the blue dot on Google Maps. You have now an independent way to navigate from without using satellites.
Since 2021, it was a dream to come to TechCrunch Disrupt when I watched Silicon Valley. This is the only place on earth where you will find founders not running behind investors, but the opposite, investors running for finding you as founders and investing in your startups. And on this Disrupt stage, there are 20 startups, only 20 startups competing in a 6-minute pitch. So many people are yet to come, including Vinod Khosla, Sequoia, CTO of Microsoft. What are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments below. Now I'm at the booth of Humidity Sucks. He's coming from NASA and bringing the technology to the real world, especially in climate tech. Hi, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Rowan, co-founder and CEO of Helix Earth. We are taking some NASA technology, kind of like you mentioned, and bringing it back down to Earth, if you will. And we're using it now as a plug-and-play add-on for air conditioners to reduce energy use. So we can reduce the energy use by up to 50% in air conditioning. We have a quick demonstration of the technology here, and we can talk about that.
Sure, let's talk about this visual tech first because it's mind-blowing. So you put some water, you are making, like simulating humidity. Like this is humidity you're showing here, right? That's the point?
That's kind of the point, yeah. It's just, we're spraying water in one of our proprietary filters, it's a helical filter, is up here. And so we pull in air, we spray water, and then the filter pulls it out of the air, and we get dry air that comes out of there.
Oh, so like we can see here, right?
It's
basically, so this is humid, this is not humid.
Yep, out here you feel there's nothing, it just feels droplet free.
Wow. That is so true. This is clean air, dry air.
So in our process is the same thing. So we spray a liquid desiccant, which is a salty solution that has an affinity for moisture that binds to the water and then sends dry air to the air conditioner. And so it turns out that 50 to 80% of the energy used by air conditioners in humid climates actually goes into pulling humidity out of the air. And so we do that in a much more efficient way than the air conditioner would. And so as a retrofit add-on, we can increase efficiency. And we can also increase the indoor air quality and make the indoor space much healthier for occupants like me and you as well.
Because the amount of CO2 emitted in the next few years will be maximum from air conditioners, right?
Yeah, by 2050, air conditioning is going to account for 8% of global CO2 emissions. So that's going to be more than the aviation industry and more than the passenger vehicles on the road as well.
Oh my God, more than the cars.
Yep, that's right.
Wow.
And so it's something you don't really think about, right?
This is so important. So how long do you think it's going to take us to see this technology in all the humid parts of the world, especially in Asia and like maybe like Florida, Atlanta, which are very humid?
Yeah.
Like humid, they're so humid and like they still don't have AC. A lot of people die because of heat too.
Yeah. So we now have commercial scale products, not out on the market yet. We'll be getting into full scale production in the next year. So we'll be out on the market in the next year. We'll be doing customer pilots and customer tests in the next year, in 2026, with volume production towards the end of the year coming online.
Very impressive. And may I ask you, what's the biggest benefit of coming to TechCrunch?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great venue. You get to pitch in front of a whole bunch of people, and I get to come to this venue and meet people like you. It's really interesting, right? So it really, with these events, it's all about meeting people, whether that's other founders, other startups, investors, potential partnerships. That's really the benefit for a startup like us. It gives us really good exposure. So we're always interested in coming and speaking at these things because that's really what sort of gets us out there and into the world and gets us the recognition from the broader community.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Of course.
It was great meeting you.
Yeah.
Wow, you can talk to an immigration lawyer for free here maybe. I mean, it's also like a startup. Wow. So we are at the booth of Endless. We are getting my blood tested in the next few minutes right here. So can you please talk about Endless?
Hey, I'm Cooper Galvin. I'm a Stanford Med School PhD. I built Endless DX starting 4 years ago to be the most accessible blood testing platform in the world.
Incredible. How is it different from Theranos? Because like, is it called Theranos or right? Yeah, that's the most famous or infamous one.
So Theranos famously would collect a blood sample on a pretty cool device. Like that actually worked. But then they would claim that they're running it on this tiny, like, Game Boy size device, but it didn't work. They were actually running it on this giant machine. And so we decided to just do the opposite and claim we're running it on the big machine, be honest about it, and we give accurate results, hospital quality accuracy from home.
Big machine, but at home.
Exactly.
Incredible. Okay.
So our special technology stabilizes your blood sample for up to 6 weeks. As soon as you close the device, it's stable for 6 weeks. You just put it in the mail, comes back to our lab, and then we process it on the big machine. We turn it back into blood, and then we process it on that big machine.
And you guys claim it's painless. Let's see how it is. So right now, what are we doing? You're preparing my...
Right now, we're warming up your arm so that blood flow comes to your shoulder. We do it here because you have very few pain receptors there. And so when we suck the blood out, you probably won't feel it.
Really?
Yeah. We'll do it on camera though, so you can. We'll see the reality.
And how many tests you have conducted so far? Or I'm the first one. Just kidding.
Good question. You're the first one ever. No, we do tens of thousands of tests a month, and we have capacity to do hundreds of thousands. So if you have any friends who want to, do blood testing under their brand, invite them to do it with us.
Oh, wow. And can you walk us through the journey 4 years back? What was going through your mind when you started it?
Yeah, I wanted to make people's health data radically more accessible. Like, we don't know what's going on inside our internal biochemistry. We are ourselves kind of a black box. And blood testing is an especially challenging problem because I hate to go to the phlebotomist, get my blood drawn. And so we were looking for a way that you could do blood testing, but with very, very little amounts of blood to still do your whole annual panel. So that's the initial impetus for what we tried to do. Turns out most labs throw away like 90% of your blood sample because they're mostly just using it to ship it to a bunch of different labs. So by centralizing it into one lab, specializing and being very efficient, we were able to do this whole menu of tests off of like a tiny sample.
Absolutely. And when I go to labs, how much pain I feel, I don't feel like going back. I used to get tested every year, but I stopped.
Yeah.
So now, like...
Hopefully we can get you hooked. You're going to be testing like every few months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Doctors promise a pinch of a pain. You're like...
Yeah, and we're going to get this whole tube of blood, and then I'll show you the device that will put it inside. So we brought a transparent one so you can see inside how it works. So this is the collection device. You basically put blood on here until you fill up the square, and then you just close it. You push it in and close it, and then that stabilizes the sample for 6 weeks. And then you just put it back in one of these envelopes, and then it heads back to our lab. This heads back to our lab. Once it gets to our lab, we pull this out, and then we process the sample by turning it back into blood, and then put it into a giant analyzer, and then you get the same results you would at like LabCorp Quest.
This is very impressive. 30 seconds I have blood coming in.
Yeah. It's all about just warming it beforehand.
Now we have the next coolest project and product at TechCrunch. It's called GigU. So hi Pedro, can you please introduce yourself and
Hi.
what does it do?
Very nice meeting you. My name is Pedro. I'm co-founder of GigU. GigU is an app that helps gig workers around the world earn more money and drive safer. Whenever they are offered any job from Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, any big platforms, we have the smart co-pilot that tells you if you should accept it or reject that trip or that offer. Gig workers that use our product, they profit more, 30% than they usually do. They get to their goals much quicker and they work less and earn more.
This app is so inspiring. I have actually done Uber Eats and Uber. I can calculate which ride to accept, where I will make the maximum money in terms of how much fuel I'm spending or how much EV charge I'm spending. It works with electric cars as well as with fuel-powered cars. It's very inspiring. And that's why Uber in Brazil wanted to sue you because you decreased the profits of Uber in Brazil.
Actually, the gig workers, they're independent contractors. So they are not Uber's employee. They can choose which jobs they want to accept or decline. That's the rule games that they impose. So we're playing by the rules. Of course, the upfront pricing to passengers is fixed. So whenever a driver is taking too long to accept the trip, Uber has to diminish their fees and therefore pay better the drivers. They're not really happy about it, but it's their game. We're just playing by the rules.
And how did you get the idea? Were you a gig worker too in the past, or
Well,
you have friends?
We've been working with gig workers since 2017,
Wow.
doing many other solutions. This one we launched 1 year and 1 month ago. We started in Brazil. We have over 1,250,000 downloads, over 120,000 paying customers,
And profitable.
and profitable. It's a really good business, almost 90% of gross margins. And we just launched in the US. We're pretty hyped to get big here as well.
And what's next? Are you here to raise? What's the next plan with GigU?
Well, the problem we're resolving, it's a global problem that demands a global solution. So of course, we need money. We're the global leaders in the world doing this here. We want to maintain our position. And we received messages from drivers everywhere in the world, from Europe, Mexico, Asia, wanting us to bring our solution there. So of course, money would help us scale quicker. And that's what we're looking for, a Series A.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Pedro, for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Now I'm at Vital Audio. They give you vitals of your health through voice. So hi, Harsh. Can
Hi.
you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Harsh, and I'm the co-founder and CTO of Vital Audio.
Awesome. Can we do a demo?
Yeah, of course. So I'm just going to scan the QR code here.
Uh-huh.
So once you enter your details,
Uh-huh.
the screen will open where the system will ask you for your voice. So you hold your vowel tone. So you go like for 15 seconds,
Uh-huh.
but you can take breaks in the middle. You don't have to go for the entire 15. And we sort of encourage you to take breaks. So you can take 3 or 4 breaks in the middle. And once you're done, it'll show you.
So now I can say,
Yeah.
okay, now it's generating vitals.
Now it's just processing your audio, and in like a second, it's going to show you what your vital signs are right there.
Pretty cool. Oh, wow. So my BPM is 63,
Yeah.
heart rate 75.
No, that's your heart rate. That's your heart rate variability, and that's your heart rhythm regularity.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
I'm healthy.
You're healthy. Yeah.
So like what times I should do it, in which scenarios it's useful?
So general use cases are either telehealth or post-discharge care. So if let's say I get discharged from the hospital and I have a follow-up in 2 weeks, the doctor can schedule automated calls. The system calls me automatically. I do what exactly you did right now, and the doctor gets a set of my vital signs in their dashboard immediately. So even if like my vital signs are out of range, if they go up or down and I need to come in sooner, they can make that decision because they have that data. Otherwise, they just have to wait for me to send them that data, or we have to wait for my next follow-up visit.
Wow, very
So,
inspiring.
yeah.
Awesome, great work, Harsh. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right.
Now I'm at the booth of Mio Health. So hi, Charlotte. Can you please introduce
Hi.
yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Charlotte. I'm the founder of Mio Health. We use AI to measure your meditative states from your selfie camera.
Interesting.
So we measure biomarkers from your face, like heart rate and breathing rates. And with that deep analysis, we can detect when you're achieving a deep meditation state.
Interesting. So like, because a lot of people struggle to get into deep meditative state because it's really hard because we have a lot of distractions. It's really hard
Exactly.
to have mind without thoughts. So how does it help? Can you share? And can I
Yeah.
try a demo as well? Why don't
Yeah,
you share about-
absolutely. You can
Yeah.
try it. So essentially, there's a feedback mechanism to help
Uh-huh.
you know if you're doing it right or not.
Uh-huh.
What you're trying to do is to turn this gray ball blue.
Mhm.
Whenever it's blue, it means you're doing great. Whenever it's gray, it means like it's just a gentle nudge that's like, hey, get back in focus.
Interesting. So what I have to do is I have to go in front of it.
All you have to do is to sit down, put the
okay.
headphones,
Okay. Uh-huh.
and we'll put those on here.
Sure. Thank you. Uh-huh.
All right. So it's going to capture your biomarkers with the selfie camera.
Mhm.
And you have to sync your breathing with the ball.
Okay.
So the ball will expand,
Uh-huh.
you breathe in. As it contracts, you exhale.
Interesting.
And that will induce a meditation state. So just like focus on relaxing. And when it's blue, it means you're doing great. When it's gray, it just means like, hey, get back in focus.
Can I start it?
Yes.
Okay.
right?
In the demo, I saw it turned gray and blue in between. So it turned gray when I was losing focus and blue when I was back in focus.
Exactly.
This is so impressive. So when you're meditating, whenever you go out of focus, you're alerted immediately.
Yes.
Wow. And what are the results? What do you
Yeah.
think about it?
So here we can see your stress levels are low, which is amazing. That's what we want. Your breathing rate is 8. We want to aim for a breathing rate of 6. So you're getting close. We just want something a little slower in order to really increase your flow score. So your flow score is 21. We want 100 is the highest. It's really hard to get 100. Within just 2 minutes, that's great. The highest, the better, obviously. So you started at 21 and then you increased to 22, 23, 25. So you were on ramping up. That's really good. In terms of real-time heart rate, we're usually looking at sine waves that look all coherently. So you were starting to see some of that pattern there, which is good. And you managed to decrease your heart rate. That's amazing. It's a sign you really calm your nervous system down. And then here you can just see the breakdown of the different zones. We want you to spend time in zone 3. So Mio is really here to teach you how to get to that zone 3. When you spend 10 minutes daily in that zone 3, that's when you start to repair your nervous system. That's when you start to improve your brain fog, chronic pain, lower inflammation, and have all the health benefits.
This is very impressive. I've used a lot of audio meditation apps, but this is visual and it alerts you. I think if you use this in the first 5 minutes, then you can focus on any other thing. This is incredible. Thank you so much, Charlotte, for showing me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good luck. Today, I have the honor to be with the finalists of the Battlefield from TechCrunch 2025 Disrupt. So, hi, Kavar, can you please introduce yourself and talk about the Skyline Nav AI?
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Anur. I appreciate it. It's an honor to meet you. I'm Kanwar Singh, CEO of Skyline Nav AI, and we are focused on solving this problem of what happens if you lose the blue dot on Google Maps. I've had some personal tragedy here. One of my friends actually went missing while hiking in the mountains of Mexico. And, sadly, his body was found 3 days later. More recently, what we are starting to see is GPS can be easily jammed and spoofed. And so when bad actors spoof and jam GPS, what happens? Well, you don't navigate your end location on time. So what we are building is a way to replace the blue dot. So if you lose GPS, those satellite signals that are 12,000 miles away, you have now an independent way to navigate from without using satellites.
Interesting. Why would someone lose GPS?
Yeah. Well, there's many reasons for that. You could be in mountains, you could be in cities, you could be in tunnels, or again, there's some other bad actor who has a jammer or a spoofer on.
Interesting. Can you show me a demo? Like how would navigation work with vision instead of GPS?
Yeah, absolutely. So look, here at TechCrunch, we're very excited to announce a new product. We're calling this Pathfinder Edge. So what Pathfinder Edge does is it fuses input from cameras and inertial navigation sensors. So without relying on satellites, based on what the camera is seeing, it can give you location back.
So like you can, but like how would you find the location just with cameras? You can be in any mountains.
Right.
So let's say I am on the mountains of Mount Everest or Switzerland. How would vision know?
Yes. Well, that's the beauty of it is we pre-download data sets of what's around you. You have to have your general vicinity in mind. Like right now we're in San Francisco. And so what I would do is I was navigating here without GPS is I would download all the data sets for the region. There's actually a demo we did yesterday on the main stage at Disrupt. And so we downloaded and then we flew a drone. And based on every single frame that's coming in, we're able to geolocate that drone frame by frame.
Very interesting. I think I'll pull up on YouTube. I've seen it. It's on YouTube. You don't have to give the demo again. I know it's a lot of work for the demo. But what is the most challenging aspect of it? I think you brought this technology, which was already licensed in U.S. Navy, in Pentagon.
U.S. Army.
U.S. Army.
Yes.
So you took the license and built it. How come you became the first and the only one to take it?
Yeah. Well, it had to do with being in the right place at the right time and luck playing a big role part of that as well. So I serve in the U.S. military. I'm a what's called a National Guard personnel, which you're part-time in the military. But full-time side, I've been in technology. And so the Pentagon was looking for someone who could help them build this capability out. So that's where I found myself at a unique spot where the Pentagon is like, need help, go make it happen. I'm like, sure, we'll make it happen. Ended up licensing technology from the US military. Look, a lot of people don't realize, but the US military spends a lot of money on R&D. And so a lot of cool technologies originated at some point or another from the US Department of Defense, including GPS. I actually have a slide that shows every single component of the iPhone at some point or another was funded by the US Department of Defense, right? So there's billions of dollars being spent on R&D and building new products and new innovations. And many of those innovations never leave Department of Defense. This just happens to be a technology where, we could license it. And then now we're scaling the capability for a lot of our customers.
Wow. And to put it out there, you applied to US Army 16 times and then finally got in after 2 years of hard work.
Right.
Any few lines on that?
Yeah. It was a ride. It was a struggle. And there's some documents and blogs online, documenting my journey. There's, I think, a couple of videos as well. But the point was, it was important to me to be able to serve with my Sikh articles of faith. And I wanted to be sure that no American could get told they couldn't serve their country because of their religious beliefs or, what they believe in. Because it's the First Amendment right in the Constitution that says you can practice your faith. So it was important to me. We made it happen. And that's also one of the part of the, story here, which is I made it not just in the US military, but now actively working on a defense technology that I licensed from the military. And now we are building it not just for the US military, but a lot of our commercial clients as well.
Awesome. So here is the demo.
So as the drone is flying, it's taking up different things that it is seeing and matching that against pre-downloaded data sets for the region. And then we are able to give you a location based on that. So you would do some mission planning before you take off. Hey, I'm going from Boston to New York City. And so in that case, you would download all the relevant data sets for the region to be able to then geolocate it. That's what our tech capability is doing. It's taking in all those frames, and frame by frame, we're telling you this is exactly where you are based on that information.
Interesting. And I saw the demo in which you navigate through the entire city with this.
Right, I have that too. Let me show it to you. So it's architecturally the same thing. So this is the demo you're referring to, where we strap a camera to a car, and as the car is navigating, for every frame that's coming in, we have to match that information with pre-downloaded data sets for the region. And so as the car is driving, we are like, okay, you are in this part of San Francisco or Boston or New York City. This capability tends to work best in urban and suburban areas on land. While you're in air, we can operate in a lot more diverse terrain types.
Pretty cool. Okay, and last question.
Yes.
So now here comes the most important question.
Yes.
Why TechCrunch? How does it help you?
Yeah. Well, TechCrunch is an awesome place to be at, especially Disrupt conference this year. We were honored and delighted with the opportunity to be selected, not just in the top 200, but also in the top 20. And it was an amazing presentation that we delivered yesterday. And it's just an incredible media organization that I have a lot of respect for.
Interesting. And are you raising? Is this an opportunity to raise or to promote your startup? How does it help?
It's interesting. We've actually never raised money, and we've been in business 5 years, and we are profitable. We are certainly open to conversations with the right set of investors, strategic investors who can open doors and help us even scale faster and bring on more, customers, enterprise customers, and things like that.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kavan, again.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.